Alright, hi guys. Once again, I'm back. I'm Dato Jimmy Wong, and of course, as promised, I'll be giving more advices, on those questions that's been emailed in, by the public, in pertaining with our trap champion. Alright. So if you're wondering what's trap champion, in short, I'm going to make a brief description of what trap champion is all about. There's basically a team that's formed, to basically exploit all scams and to unveil those unscrupulous ways of that those scammers are using, to scam off your money. So anyway, cut it short. Received an email, in fact, tons of emails recently. All right, so we filtered out a few of them, and they actually screenshot like advertisements, and stuff to us, and so we did our checks. Okay, so ads. Now listen, first and foremost, I think we don't need to think that far, and it's no rocket science. For simple, natural intelligence will tell you that if that product is so good, why do you even need to advertise? Now, to be honest, there are a few big brands out there that everyone heard of, all right? Namely, it'll be Rolex, Rolls-Royce, for example. They don't need to advertise. Or maybe if they do, but it's not on the very aggressive scale, because good brands ought to be sought after and not to sort audience. You know what I'm trying to say? So if you are good, you don't need to do aggressive advertisement on Facebook, especially nowadays, and then try to seek audience from the public, and hopefully they come for your preview, and then with some unscrupulous I would say method of selling, and then to grab them into your cash register box, open and close inverted. You know what I'm saying? So recently, of course, everyone knows about Facebook, that bans on all cryptocurrencies and even Bitcoin advertisements. Why is that so? Very simple. Because a lot of people got scammed. Alright? And why you guys even, some of you, not all, even email into us by asking us to notarize and to find out whether is this real or is this fake, right? So common sense will tell you that anything that's so good to be true, this particular brand will not need to do aggressive advertisements. Then some will say, oh, because this is called branding. Branding is not done that way. You know what I'm saying? So you're seeking, especially for finance education, you're seeking audience from the public by putting, some very, we call that sexy terms, open and close inverted. Like for example, help to build your 7 figures income, how to break away from your very routinized job, and or how to sack your boss, even someone use that. Recently, very interesting, we came across an ad, right, that says this. I mean, this guy, of course, is pushing some finance education. So it says, or help you build your dream 7-figure, income. And then we did a check on him, ROC and everything else. The company is just like what, $100 registered private limited company, and then they don't even have a physical office. And then they're using another office name, as a registrar. It's totally unbelievable, right? If you yourself, the main thing is this guy is even staying in HDB. Now, nothing wrong staying in HDB. I used to stay in HDB as well, but there's no substance to support your claim that you could help the public reach their, for example, 7-figure, dream income, because you yourself have not even attained the enlightenment. There's no substance to support your claims, right? So why are you even saying this? I mean, of course, the very reason that he would answer, on a very a clear mind would be that, this is basically to draw attention, right? And some will say, they want to form a community of, for example, like traders. They want to form a community of traders. What community of traders are you talking about? So the blind leading the blind, you're telling me? It doesn't make sense. So advertisements, in short, if it's so good, alright, normally it's too good to be true. You know what I'm trying to say? So you guys got to really wake up and really, with a clear mind, look at it. Why are they doing aggressive advertisements? All products, alright? Anything pertaining with education, you have to understand. If it's so good, how about themselves? Why not do a search on them? Number one, do they like own anything that's expensive enough to prove, that they could support their claims, For example, if someone will stay in Sentosa Cove, for example, alright, this guy will perhaps do a preview in Sentosa, and then says that, come on to, one-on-one, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But this guy may not own the apartment, but somehow rather is misleading the public, claiming that perhaps, he's living, he owned the apartment in Sentosa Cove, but the real fact is he's just renting it. So things could be basically fabricated, right, in a way whereby, to mislead you, to make you feel, right, that this guy own it, or to make you feel that this guy is up to certain power. But you have to do your own checks, do your own checks, and make sure that you notarize that fella, and hopefully, that would be the first start for you to know whether is this guy the real thing or not, But of course, by going to his or her preview, and then listening to him or her, and then after you got sucked in because of pressure selling or very fanciful words used, or certain terms I just said, during preview or even in the advertisement that they will lure you in. I don't think you want that sort of connection between you with that particular education that you want to get involved with. Because look here, in all advertisement, right, no one will look bad, everyone will dot themselves to make sure they look damn real good, right? But you have to understand, they have to have the substance, right? So old saying goes, what they are is what they can do to you. But if they claim what they can do to you and they are not what they claim to be, so you be the judge to find out whether is this real or fake, alright? So before you burn your pocket deeper, especially now, times are getting, bad, of course. So more and more scams are out there because, I mean, on the funny part of it, because times are bad, so people are basically trying to survive, right? So a lot ten guru, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them will basically, come up with a lot of items, hopefully that people will just purchase or buy it, and tons and tons of gimmicks to be used. Alright, just to make ends meet for that particular so-called guru. So you have to do your checks, alright? Protect your money, the all hard-earned money. And of course with this, once again, signing off. I'll be back for the next edition again. So if you have any questions, you can always email us, alright? Of course, I'll put in the link right after this Facebook Live, and then we will do certain checks for you. Hopefully that we could help you to find out the truth about, whatever question you have. So with this, signing off again, and once again, hope everybody could have a great weekend. I'm Dato Jimmy Wong. You have a great weekend. Cheers. Bye-bye.